Getting into the serious business end. There's been some nice support. The crowd not massive here in Gaborone. They have been very vocal in getting behind their Botswana side.
So there's this Botswana squad. Been very spirited in this competition so far, and look out for Tatu Tutwani. She's been very effective for this Botswana team. And then the Senegal squad, look out for Bridget Bangura. She's been very effective, and Fatoumata Ba, she's been the most efficient player for this Senegal side. Very physical, she's a prop, carries very nicely, very physical in defense, and puts in some very nice offloads. So very good game coming up here.
Well, I get the feeling that Botswana's going to have to be physical, because Senegal have been, they showed against Uganda as soon as they got physical that they were forced to be reckoned with. There's the captain as they try to get the ball wide. She is instrumental, like you said, Liam. And there's one of the areas that they need to work on, their handling. Silly little mistakes. They have so many positives in their game plan and the way that they play. They're physical, they've got some fast runners. Just the little 5%ers that they struggle with. Key here is possession, and that's what they've got at the moment. Senegal from the kickoff, nice and patient, and just looking for that runner. And maybe it's going to be the captain, Bar. Ball in hand now, sees a little gap. Deceptively quick is the captain, still going, and I think she fancies it herself. There's the little offload, and that is the first try of this game. Great work from Senegal as Sira Kamara Sise gets in for the first 5-pointer.
Well, we mentioned Fatoumata Ba and just how effective she is as a player. She showed us some pace we may not have expected from her. She is a powerful player in the prop position, just carries well and then takes on that sweeper who comes in as a defender, but that offload's great, and she shows a lot of those offloads, but it's quite hard to get to ground, and Cisse finishes the score for Senegal to go 5-0 ahead of Botswana.
Not only did she set up the try, she's attempted the conversion as well. You notice one thing in the way she ran there, Liam? Not only did she straighten the line, look how she held the ball in two hands. She was ready for the offload, and so many times we've seen over the last 2 days, and not actually just women's sevens, and the general game is under the arm and unable to offload. But ball in two hands, really good basics.
Absolutely, and just puts a doubt in the defender's mind as to what you're going to do with the ball. You can pass left and right if the ball's in two hands. So very good play from Ba.
Now Botswana, an opportunity for them. No support though. There's a potential turnover here for the Senegalese. There it comes. Captain Fuller running. Great little pass from her. Straighten of the line by their number 4, Goodabye. And that is, as quickly as you like, the second try. Safioto Goodabye gets in for the second try for Senegal. And it's one-way traffic here in the capital of Botswana.
Yeah, you see the very physical Senegalese players, maybe slightly late on that tackle, but they show how physical they are when they play. Botswana's defense has been quite effective in this game so far. Although they have conceded 2 tries, they have stuck together well, good shape, try to make their tackles, but you just feel that Senegal a little bit too physical for them.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. And sometimes when the shark sniffs the blood, Liam, it goes for the kill. And I think Senegal, that's their manager, the general from Senegal, with the glasses on. Very vocal, runs his charges very well. He's in control, let me tell you. But they well organized, the Senegalese, not only on the field, but off the field as well. But I think the Senegalese have smelt blood here. They've realized that Botswana will struggle with the physical game, and they're playing straight into that kind of game plan. Running out of space on the near side. Oh, nice little offload, but perilously close to the line. Not sure how that ball's come out, but Botswana now have some numbers. I don't think that that's probably the best choice to take on the captain of Senegal. Turnovers there. There might be a card here. Injury, maybe? No, you're going to call her back. And maybe to add some insult to that back injury, you're going to come back and maybe receive yourself a card. And a patient build-up again from Senegal. And poor Botswana just unable to get their hands on the ball long enough to have any impact so far in this game.
Senegal just muscling this game. Unfortunately, a forward pass from them, but they did have the space to work with outside. One more pass would have put them over the try line, but they are out physicaling this Botswana side, who are courageous. They are trying to make their tackles, but as you can feel and you expect, over 14 minutes, that does take its toll on the players.
First error we've seen from the captain, Fatoumata Ba, was a forward pass. It looked like it was try time again for the Senegalese. So a reprieve for Botswana.
Well, just under a minute to play, and Botswana need to get themselves a score on the board before half-time. It is their put in at the scrum. I expect Senegal to be very physical, trying to contest this scrum as much as they can, and Botswana need this possession. A clean strike, ball away to the playmaker, and push it out to the wing.
Here they go again, Senegal. And they're just chasing the ball a little bit, Botswana. They're in a bit of disarray. Here's a great little run from Nasala. The offload is good. And Yvonne Mendy will get over for the third score for the Senegalese. And unfortunately, Liam, Botswana are not going to put any points on the board in the first half. It's going to be a very simple lead for Senegal into half-time.
As expected, Senegal attacked the Botswana scrum and turned the ball over, and that's where this piece of possession came from. Little offload picked up by Mendy, who's in support of that ball carrier. And 3 tries down for Botswana. You feel that they're just not physical enough against this very strong Senegalese team.
Kick's good as well from the captain, Bar. So they're on fire here, Senegal, as they go into a very easy and big 17-0 lead over Botswana at half-time here at the National Sports Stadium in Gaborone, Botswana. Of day 2, it's movement time in the Africa Women's Sevens.
So half-time stats there. Quite a big difference. You see Botswana making double the number of tackles that Senegal have had to make, and it just shows where the possession has laid in this first 7 minutes. Missed 4 of their tackles, but Senegal missed no tackles against Botswana. You can feel that in the attack. Botswana pushing ahead with the ball, but just not able to bust the tackles. And then penalties, 1 piece each, so quite disciplined around the breakdown. But it's that possession that's going to be key in the second half.
Well, no doubt. The lack of missed tackles just makes it even more difficult. I've spoken about the Senegalese coach. He's very vocal. Sometimes bordering on aggressive. with his ladies. Very animated. So have a look at the captain in the background. Really getting behind their team. But great to see the energy and the commitment from the Senegalese women. Botswana, you get the feeling that they might be running out of ideas, and you do feel sorry for them. Bar gets us off in the second half. They got a lot of work to do, Botswana. A chance for Senegal to get some fresh legs on this. Number 1, Yvonne Mendy, makes way for Sa, number 11. So are some fresh legs for Senegal, make it even more difficult for Botswana. No support players again. Have a look at the captain, Bar. She's so strong. Turnover's good. Here come the runners. Still going into the 22 now of Botswana goes Senegal, and holding on to the ball. So penalty, a reprieve for Botswana, and this should be a card. And it's going to be number 9, I think, Sadie, who will get her marching orders. This might just be the little help that Botswana need, Liam.
Well, they're building some momentum in the first sort of minutes of this game, and they've just got to now keep the ball, make sure they get to the rucks, because Senegal are contesting rucks hard. They are counter-rucking, particularly this player, Fatoumata Ba. You just see here, she works that ruck, and Botswana just got to keep the ball, try and get the next score.
It's a bit scrappy, and Senegal, just like that, has picked the player up. And when Fatoumata Ba joins, I can't believe it. Advantage is still being played. It's got to be the whistle to hand that possession over to Senegal. Why it was waited so long? Do you think that maybe the halftime chat from Botswana should have been, do not run with the ball to Fatima Ba?
Absolutely. Sometimes you've got to pick out those strong players and make sure you avoid them, and then there's those players that you want to attack who are slightly weak in their tackle. But Botswana just not able to keep the ball long enough to threaten the Senegalese line, and that was probably the greatest indication of the difference in physicality of these two teams.
Remember, they are a player down, Senegal, for not being 10. Wayward pass from the captain, as they're going to have to track back, and good work from Botswana committing to that 50-50 ball, but somehow Senegal have it back, and all just a little bit too scrappy.
Well, it does give Botswana a good position here, a midfield scrum. Botswana put in, but they've got to be able to get low enough and hold the scrum, because Senegal know that they can attack the scrum and turn the ball over as they did in the first half. So really, Botswana can't be thinking about what they play after the scrum. They've got to be thinking about winning it first.
Back to a full complement now, Senegal. Their captain has made way. So Bar, number 5, their captain off. There's that 50-50 ball. Who's got the pace? I said that some of these Senegalese ladies are really quick. And there are some fresh legs as well, so that could make it interesting. Deciding to keep it in close quarters. There's lots of space on the far side. Where's that cross kick that we saw in the previous game? Straightens the line. The support is there. Not really looking for the offload, but in the end gets it. And that looks like a try to the new player who's just come on. Number 11, Sa, came on at half-time. And 22 points to 0. Senegal continue the dominance over Botswana.
Great carry there from Nasala and finished off by Saar, but Senegal, as we know, just too powerful. That scrum was disrupted. We talked about that just before the put-in, that Botswana needed to hold that ball in to keep possession, and it was contested. The conversion missed, but you can feel that Senegal just pulling ahead of Botswana now.
I just got too much in the tank, I think. I thought that maybe she was a bit late in finding the support runner, but we've seen that a couple of times where Botswana have managed to stop Senegal just short of the line, but every time there's been someone right there for the little offload or the pickup. And good work from Senegal, a team that looks like they've actually got better and better in the tournament.
They've certainly improved as they've gone along, and with this kind of performance they'll be very pleased to move to the next stage. Chance here for Botswana, a bit of space on this right-hand touchline.
That is great pace on the near side. Botswana's going to go all the way. Tutuani is going to score for the home team, and that is a great little individual run under the posts. And that has lifted the spirits of the team and the reasonably small crowd here at the National Sports Stadium.
Well, we mentioned Tatu Tutuani at the start of the game. She's got real pace. She had a bit of work to do on the outside there. They got that arcing run going, a couple of defenders coming across, but she just had too much speed. There you see her go. Ball in the outside hand, so she can use the fend on the inside. Beats 3 defenders through just pure pace, and gets this Botswana crowd on their feet.
Well, some ball makes way for Kamara for Senegal, as Botswana have just dotted down under the posts, unconverted. So lots of fresh legs. Didn't help them in that last passage of play against Botswana, as they had too much pace. And maybe that's the one question mark in the Senegalese lineup. Do they have the pace? Every now and again it does look like they do. Fantastic steal from Botswana. They called the Botswana vultures.
They certainly are.
Well, like running away from a piece of meat. The vultures are heading for another try. And she'll get in. That's 2 in as many minutes for Botswana. Could there be a little comeback? Kaseho Maope gets in for the second try for Botswana, and again it's the pace, Liam.
Absolutely. Only one final play to come up now with only 30 seconds left on the clock, but this, if Botswana do go out here, it's a great way for them to finish this tournament. 2 50-meter tries showing the pace that they have in their team, and as I said, getting this Botswana crowd on their feet, they've done their country very proud here in this tournament so far.
Well, if any of you were lucky enough to watch Champions League football last night, there's a perfect example of you do not give up to the end. Not that any team gave up, but the way that the spoilt sports people of modern-day football performed last night. This is a nice, humble sport of rugby. We give 100% right to the end, and well done to Botswana, as they will end this game convincingly beaten by Senegal. But what a great little comeback from them to, in the end, go down 22 points to 10 to a very physical Senegalese side.
It's great to see them finish so strong, this Botswana team, but just look at how many tackles they needed to make in the game. 20 to the Senegalese 12, and Senegal not missing any tackles in the game. They'll take that kind of defensive confidence into their next game, but Botswana can be proud of their performance so far in this tournament, and looks like the end for them, and well done to them.